Anyone else have a really special notebook that you really want to use, but you don't know what to write in it because it feels like it should be filled with important things, and the things that you want to write or that you need to write down isn't important by your own standards because it's like to-do lists and stuff, and therefore you end up just never writing in it because nothing is ever good enough to go in it? No, just me? Okay. It's kind of weird to try to start making videos about cosplay and creative endeavors when I've been in the middle of a creative rut. But I suppose that part of the creative journey is getting stuck. I haven't handmade a cosplay in almost 2 years. The last thing that I made was in April of 2020 when I finished my formal dress for Yennefer from the Netflix TV show. Granted, there's been a lot going on in my personal life, plus there's a general ongoing worldwide pandemic, and on top of that, depression. She packs a punch. So with everything going on around me, I haven't been able to put any real work into homemade cosplays, nor have I really even had the desire to do so. I've made a couple of small things like the cloak that I use for Darth Maul, but I've started and stopped several big cosplays that I really want to do, but I just can't get into the rhythm. And unfortunately, cosplay has turned into one of those special notebooks for me. I know that it's special, and I know that it's fancy, and I love it, and therefore I don't want to do any subpar work, so I just end up not doing anything. And I've always naturally turned to creativity in my spare time to feel good and to feel productive. So I'm lost and sad about losing cosplay and crafting because what else do I do with my desire to create? Everything that I do feels like it has to improve my work or teach me something new or it's worthless. Plus, everything feels like such a commitment. You know, the cosplays that I want to do take me like 3 months to build and are like $100 or $200 in materials that I'm not going to be able to reuse. Everything simply feels so high pressure, even though I know it shouldn't. And to be clear, these thoughts that I've had about creating, I know they're not accurate. I know they shouldn't stop me from creating, but here we are. So no, I don't have the answers on how to fix the fear of failure or how to fix perfectionism, although my therapist and I are working hard at those. But I did want to share something that I did for myself to hopefully help me burst myself out of my own rut, or at least keep me entertained while I'm in it. So I was browsing the Black Friday ads for Joann and Michaels. Those are crafting and fabric stores for those that aren't familiar, and the dollar store. And I saw those sales for those little self-contained made-for-kids crafting kits. So I went out and I bought a few of them that first weekend that just seemed like fun. You know, they were $1 or $2 a piece, so no real loss for me. And I ended up going back a couple times for more. Well, I guess technically I went to the crafting store for other things that I needed, but I always end up spending more at the crafting store than I planned anyways, so. And when I went back, I tried to buy purposefully. The second time that I went back, the third time that I went back, and the fourth time that I went back. And I tried to find different types of crafts. Some things that involved using fabric, some with yarn, some paint and blocks. These were gonna be like an hour tops each project, and most of them were under 10 bucks a piece, if that. So what was really the harm? Some of the items I picked up were a blank wooden ornament that I can paint. I have like a 16-inch tree and already like 20 ornaments, so these aren't going on it anyways. I got a tie-dye kit along with a white t-shirt and some white scrunchies that we can help satisfy 8-year-old Raven's dreams. I also bought a glitter dot art kit because it's blue and snowflakes and glitter, and it looked cool. And I've never used something like this before. I also bought a sand art kit because I also have never used these before. And the colors looked pretty cool, and I've never used sand in a creative fashion before. I also bought myself some 2-inch by 2-inch canvases because honestly, who is going to care about what goes on a 2x2 little bitty white square? Not me. I also bought a Punchcraft Kit, which is one of my personal favorites because it involves both punching and holes, and it's a cute penguin, and I can't resist penguins. I also bought a snow globe creation kit because it looked really cool, and the penguin and Santa Claus are exactly the same size, and that's intense. And I don't know how I'm gonna be making this. Like, I don't understand what goes inside the snow globe, but I guess I'm gonna find out. It says all I need is glue, so I'm excited about that. And then finally, I bought some Halloween jewelry because Halloween items were 70% off, and I can't resist Halloween or sales, so here we are. And then I bought a couple other things, as well as some stuff for Christmas gifts that I'm gonna make for people. But really the intention was to buy myself anything that allowed me to work with my hands and create in a low stress environment with some materials that I've worked with before. Like I've used fabric, I've used paint before, and some exposure to things that I haven't worked before. I've not used glue, glitter, or sand art. The best part of all of it is that there are zero expectations. A couple months ago, my therapist and I were chatting, and she recommended that I create a cosplay just for myself, and then promised to myself that I'm never gonna post it anywhere. Not to Instagram, not to YouTube, not even to the stories that disappear 24 hours. Essentially the point being to remove the pressure of having to cosplay with intention or the fear of others' expectations for my cosplay. That's a little difficult given the duration and the expense of the cosplays that I want to make, because I always have to go overboard, so this seemed like a nice compromise. And as somebody with anxiety, giving myself permission to have fun just to have fun, and little to no fear of failure, because these aren't going to impress anyone. Well, this is going to impress me, but other people, maybe not. But really, that's the real dream. So I bought all these crafts, and I've done a handful, and they've been really fun. Are they gonna fix my creative rut? I honestly don't know. But I got some shiny toys out of it. I get some new Christmas decorations. I'm gonna make some Christmas presents out of them. And I get to enjoy just being creative without any pressure. There's no expectation these are gonna be good. They're not gonna be instrumental to a cosplay, although who knows, maybe Penguin Boy will star in a cosplay at one point. They're not gonna do anything other than provide me some fun and a chance to be creative. And I guess star in a YouTube video. Who knows, maybe I'll do a follow-up video where I show you everything I've created and talk about if this helped me or not. Let me know in the comments if that's something that you want to see. But for right now, I'm going to go enjoy my little creative, no drama, low stress projects and enjoy my rest for about 30 minutes with no expectations. Honestly, that's the life.